Okay, so today guys, I am going to be fitting these rear strut tower reinforcement plates. I want to pick these up off of my mate Joe yesterday, who he's probably going to be featuring in a lot of my videos once this whole COVID-19 thing's finished, because we do quite a lot of stuff together. He's got another E36. I'll probably do a video of that. It looks quite cool, to be fair. It's a 328 Sport with some pretty cool wheels on it. Anyway, yeah, so I already had some of these on my car, but he did not. So while I was rebuilding my engine over winter, I gave him my ones and we welded them into his. You know, I just said, just get me some for when my car's back on the road. So yeah, my car's back on the road now, so I've got these. Today, we're going to be welding these in, so the rear struts don't blow through the tower, because quite a common issue on E36 is with the front ones as well. So I'm going to need to get some for the front, or maybe at least just a strut bar. Because of my suspension, I'm running 720 coilovers, and I have them quite stiff just because of how close the tyres sit to the arch, because they do actually rub and full lock anyway. So yeah, well, let's give that a go. Right, so got to move my car around to the back so it's on a bit of a hard standing area, because I need to jack it up. This car doesn't always start first time. I think it's to do with the starter motor. Ah, look at that. Boom, she's working. We're all good. So, yeah, these plates go on there like that. So, first thing I'm going to do is take all of this stuff out, you know, the sub and all of that, because otherwise you end up melting it with the welder and getting a load of mess everywhere when I've got to grind all the paint off. And what I'm going to need to do is take all this paint off here so I can get a nice weld on there, tack these in, and then take the struts out and then properly weld them all in, so I don't end up melting the rubber bushes and all of that in them. Fucking hell. I mean, this sun is getting quite hot in here now. Usually, I work on my car in a covered area I built just around the corner, but my brother's over there because we've been putting a new engine in his car. So I'm now doing it in the heat. Hey! Cool, so that was about as much as I could get with the angle grinder, sanding those bits down, so I think I'm going to have to do the rest by hand. Yeah, which will be fun. Okay, so what I've done is sanded these turrets down, I've fitted the plates in there, and then I've bolted them down so they're sitting nice and flush where they should be once all the stuff gets bolted back together. Okay, so usually I'd use a MIG welder for this kind of stuff, but mine's run out of gas, and I've also run out of the flux cord wire, which isn't that good to use anyway. So instead, I'm going to be using an arc welder with a stick. Does just as well pretty much, if not actually I'll find sometimes it's stronger, and I can usually get a bit of a better weld with one of these, because they're a little bit easier. But yeah, we'll see how this one goes. Might end up burning some holes in it, so who knows. So what I'm going to be doing first is just tacking those bits in and then properly welding it once I've taken the damper out of place. Otherwise, you know, we'll end up start melting the damper with the bushes and that in it, and that's not good. So yeah, they're all tacked in place now. We'll just wire brush them off, clean them up, and then I've dropped the dampers out of them, as you can see, and then we can go around and give those a proper weld. There's the first fire. Yeah, doesn't quite help that I've got a load of underseal under there. So I just have to keep an eye on that, really. So they're not the prettiest of welds, but they will hold. It's kind of hard to get the angle in there with an arc rod. This is why I'd usually probably use a MIG for it, just because it's a little bit easier moving it about and getting your hand in there. Haven't exactly got a lot of space in this boot anyway, but yeah, now on to the others. So yeah, got to be a little bit more careful with this side because we have got the fuel filler neck there and like a breathing system for the fuel tank. Okay, so for this side I thought I'd weld it a little bit, you know, little sections at a time, just to keep the heat down rather than getting a load of flames. And what I've also done is get a bucket and a mug filled with water, just in case anything does get lively, and I've just put a towel in here just to sort of cover the fuel section a little bit. Hopefully it'll work, I don't know. Well, come on then. Cool, so got all the bits welded now. They're not the prettiest, but they will hold. Can't really get a pretty weld in there just because of the sort of lack of movement that I can get with the arc welder, and the fact that my neighbour's now mowing. So I don't know whether you can even hear me talking at the moment, but I'm going to carry on anyway. So yeah, doing it little bit by bit. Had to keep chucking water on there because it did sort of light up. I did soak the blanket that was in there in water as well to sort of help it, because I don't really want to set my car on fire. So I've cleaned the struts up. They've cooled enough down. Fucking hell. So I've cleaned the welds up. They've all cooled down enough to start painting. So I've just got some leftover paint from a while ago. I've just pulled out the shed. So just some Halford's anti-rust primer and some BMW Bright Red, which kind of matches it. I'm not too fussed, just to sort of prevent the rust on it really, because I might paint it the same colour as my engine bay at a later date, but you know, you can't see it for now, it's in the boot, no one really looks in there, so I ain't too fussed as long as it's protecting it from water and corrosion and stuff like that. Right, so that is pretty much everything back together now. You know, it's all painted, looks okay. The weld's not the prettiest, like I said earlier, that it's kind of hard to get in there with an arc welder, with the stick, trying to get the right angle. But they are strong, they do cover it. So as long as they hold in there, that's fine with me. Alright, so that sort of wraps it up for this video. Nope. Alright, so that sort of wraps it up for this video of putting in these reinforcing strut plates. If you did enjoy the video, please do give it a like, also subscribe to me. If you do have any sort of suggestions of what you want to see me do with the car and stuff like that, do please leave them in the comments section below. Also message me on my Instagram, which is @baesauce.uk. Cool.